Isak to Liverpool. Wow, this is the greed they talk about in the Bible. Adding an elite
Hugo
striker
Ekitike
like that,
feel
with
very
Wirtz,
proud.
Salah and Ekitike, the Reds are trying to assemble the Avengers.
Liverpool's new dynamic duo. Their attack looks completely different and fans finally have a glimpse of what the future might hold after Salah. It's unreal how the Reds got both, especially given how similar the two are in style. Both are tall, technical strikers who are comfortable with the ball at their feet. Both can stretch defenses with their movement and create chances out of nothing. And most importantly, both are hungry. They are players who want to prove themselves at the very top of the game.
You know, Liverpool are buying sort of ready-made, world-class players rather than turning them into world-class players. So,
I mean, he's as close to the complete package that you want in a centre-forward. Great link-up, good feet, can run in behind, good size. Already got the Premier League experience.
I want to create history. I want to win trophies. That's ultimately
Together, they give Liverpool something new.
For me and,
a blend of proven quality in Isak and raw exciting talent in Hugo is exciting to think that Liverpool are buying sort of ready-made world-class players rather than turning them to world-class players so well. But the real question is, how will they fit together? The two are so similar that everyone assumed Liverpool would only get one of them. You really thought it was going to be Hugo or Isak, and for them to come away with both of them is dynasty. Instead, both are wearing red and Newcastle are stuck with a 7-foot striker who rates Kai Havertz. In previous seasons, Isak and Hugo operated in almost identical areas of the pitch. Both love to drop deep towards the center circle. They like to link up with their midfielders, but still maintained a presence in the box. The major difference is that Isak is further ahead in his career. And Hugo came to Liverpool after coming off the back of a season where he was finally getting regular first-team football. Meanwhile, Isak has shown for the last 3 years that he's one of the best strikers out there. He was Newcastle's best striker since Alan Shearer. He scored 62 goals in 109 games and was central to ending their long trophy drought, scoring in the final against Liverpool. Again, this dialogue between him and Van Dijk, it's aged beautifully. In the Premier League alone, only Haaland and Salah had scored more goals than Isak in the last 2 seasons. But there's so much more to his game than just scoring. In the 2024-2025 season, he created 50 chances from open play. By far the best creative season of his career. He wasn't just waiting in the box. He was getting involved, making things happen on his own. He was also pressing well, winning the ball high up the pitch almost as much as Salah and Gakpo, which is quite impressive given the fact that Newcastle didn't press as aggressively as Liverpool did. Then on the ball, Isak was very active. In the Premier League, he averaged almost 37 touches per 90 minutes, more than most Premier League striker. That involvement once again shows he's not just a poacher, he's a forward who thrives as a part of the build-up. But naturally, as he is a striker, goals are his bread and butter. He hit landmark after landmark at Newcastle. He became the fastest Swedish player to 50 Premier League goals. He scored in 8 straight league games, joining legends like Vardy and Ruud van Nistelrooy. He scored against the biggest teams, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, Spurs and Manchester United on this list, too. His finishing numbers are elite, too. He converted over 26% of his non-penalty shots in the 2024-2025 season, which was better than both Haaland and Salah. And his movement is top class. He constantly makes runs into the box or in behind defenders, giving his teammates endless options. Remember how Liverpool were struggling to get shots off centrally in the box? Well, that's the exact area that Isak dominates in. Only a few other players have scored more goals in the 6-yard box in a single Premier League season since 2018-2019 than Isak. Look at his performance against Ipswich United. 9 of 32 touches in the opposition box and all of his goals coming from within the area. This is the part of his game that will make Slot's balls tingle. 'Cause imagine Kirkez, Frimpong, Wirtz, Salah all being able to create chances for someone who can actually put the ball in the back of the net. He is the Premier League's most informed striker at the moment. We agreeing though. He still drops in to help with the build-up, but he finds himself in more back post positions than before. A big reason for this was the introduction of Lewis Hall into the lineup for Newcastle. Well, Kirkez can do the same role for Isak at Liverpool. What makes him so valuable to Liverpool is that not only does he consistently find himself in the right areas, but he's also so efficient in front of goal. In 2024, he outperformed his expected goal tally by 3.07 goals with a shot conversion rate of 24.7% and a shooting accuracy of 66.2%. Now, if Isak was just a good poacher or just good in the box, he wouldn't be valued at over 130 million. It's the fact that he gives you a presence in the box while being the type of striker that can create something out of nothing that makes him so elite. Look at what he did to Everton. And he doesn't even need to take a touch because he lets the ball do the work for him. He shapes to go one way, then opens his body, and then a nice finish. Very Terry Henry type. His blend of technical quality, intelligence, and finishing makes him a genuine difference maker. Then in his first few seasons at Newcastle, he had the output but he wasn't as good at being a poacher. Now though, he's the full packet, a player who creates and scores. When you combine his technical ability with the wide range of tools he has for finishing, it's not hard to see why he gets the higher comparisons. At his best, I would say he's even better than Haaland cause Haaland is reliant on service from others. Liverpool are building an attack for both the present and the future. Depth is key when you're aiming to compete on all fronts, and Isak gives Liverpool both consistency and star quality. If he keeps up his Newcastle form, Liverpool fans will be thrilled. And if he gets even better, then his transfer fee will end up looking like a bargain. Now, Hugo Ekitike has been on a similar journey as he's just in an earlier stage. As Liverpool fans have already seen, he is a tall, quick, technically gifted striker who can progress the ball and has an eye for goal. Again, very similar to Isak. People were worried that he wouldn't come with the same guarantees as Isak, but he outperformed expectations from the moment he put on the red jersey. He is an elegant dribbler who thrives in open space, creates for his teammates, and picks his moments to attack the box. When we look at the data, only looking at players who played at least 1,500 minutes across the top 5 European leagues in the 2024-2025 season, Hugo ranked 5th for non-penalty expected goals per 90 and among the top 50 for expected goals assisted. He was higher than Isak in both metrics as someone who was a threat in front of goal as well as creatively. That placed Hugo among the most threatening attackers in European football in the last season of attacking midfielders, wingers, and forwards to play 1,500 minutes across those top 5 European leagues. Only a few players were able to average a higher combined non-penalty expected goals and expected goals assisted per 90 than Hugo. His knack of being able to get himself into great positions in front of goal was very clear in the 2024-2025 season, with the Frenchman accumulating the third highest expected goal total for non-penalty shots across the top 5 European leagues and ranking joint 6th for non-penalty shots inside the box. He's somebody who thrived in the spaces that were created while attacking in transition at Frankfurt. Only 3 players across Europe's top 5 leagues had more shots following ball carries in the 2024-2025 season than he did, and that was Yamal, Mbappe, and Mason Greenwood. Good company to be a part of except for that third guy. Hugo pace and smart movement constantly put him in dangerous spots. Hugo goal map shows that he's always alert in the box. 8 of his goals came from right inside the 6-yard area, proving that he really does have a poacher's instinct. Now, Slot's Liverpool may have focused more on possession in his first title-winning season, but they've never lost their counter-attacking edge. In fact, across Europe's top 4 leagues, only Frankfurt had created more expected goals from fast breaks. But Liverpool were more clinical, scoring way more from those situations. Now, for Frankfurt, Hugo was central to many of those counter-attacking moves. He was either finishing them off himself or creating the chance for a teammate. He showed that he can really trouble defenders in different ways. This is a player that will get others involved. According to The Athletic, Hugo was in the 95th percentage for key passes, the 94th percentage. The fact that he can facilitate will be so beneficial for Slot because Liverpool already have direct wingers that can score goals on their own. When you have players like Salah and Gakpo that can cut inside and score, you don't need an out-and-out 9. You need a player for shot-creating actions, and the 93rd among all forwards for expected assists. So now imagine what he can do when he's surrounded by better players. In the 2025 season, Hugo Ekitike set himself apart as the only centre-forward in Europe's top 5 leagues to carry the ball into the opposition penalty area over 50 times while also recording more than 200 touches inside it. He thrives on finding pockets of space, linking play with intelligence, and creating angles that few players can see, always with flair. Liverpool fans won't just see Salah attempting audacious trivela finishes anymore. Ekitike has already showcased the same technique, notably in the DFB Pokal. What makes Ekitike fascinating is how closely his style mirrors that of Alexander Isak. Both strikers take plenty of shots but are just as willing to set up teammates. They're more than finishers, they're creators too. Radar data from the 2024-25 season even showed an 84% similarity between them. Statistically, Ekitike's Bundesliga output closely matched Isak's Premier League numbers. Isak proved the more clinical finisher, outperforming his expected goals with a higher conversion rate, while Ekitike led in shot volume, assists, and chance creation. That similarity explains a lot. Newcastle saw Ekitike as a natural partner, or even successor, to Isak, while Liverpool viewed him as the perfect alternative if their move for the Swede failed. Frankfurt, meanwhile, knew they were holding on to a special talent and refused to let him go cheaply. Their belief has been vindicated. Ekitike hit the ground running at Anfield, immediately proving his worth. Still, Liverpool now boast 2 elite strikers. The tactical question is how to fit them both in. One option is Klopp's traditional 4-2-3-1, with Isak leading the line and Hugo Ekitike shifted to the wing. Even Isak admits he's far stronger through the middle than out wide, meaning Liverpool may need to experiment to unlock the full potential of this duo. But Liverpool don't need to force all their signings into one starting lineup with some crazy formation. If things go planned, the club will play well over 60 games, which means rotations will be key. They need fresh legs, different options, and the ability to keep the opponent guessing. Spending that much money on Hugo for him to be a backup might not sound great at first, but the reality is this guy can cover 4 different positions and he's one of the best options in each of them between injuries, the packed schedule, and Slot adjusting his tactics game by game. Hugo can easily start 30+ matches across all competitions without ever being labeled as a nailed-on starter. And to be honest with you, top managers don't even think in terms of best 11 anymore. The schedule is too demanding and players miss games too often. What fans see as the strongest lineup rarely gets used for long stretches anyways, and Liverpool supporters of all people should know that. But no matter who he plays, this Liverpool team is scary. I didn't even mention all the signings they made in the back line. To see just how good this team has become, you have to watch this video right. So, the question is simple. Can Slot unlock a system that gets the very best out of both Isak and Hugo Ekitike? Because if he does, Liverpool might just have built the most dangerous strike partnership in Europe. What do you think? Can these two play together, or will one have to step aside? Let me know in the comments.